Hello there everyone, we continue to watch the ESL PRO League playoffs, but as always, the most interesting things keep happening behind the scenes of the pro scene. Navi ownership changed hands, and what happened there in the game with Heroic? Let's get straight to discussing it all. First, as always, a little news digest just for you. The other day, Forbes published a huge article about Navi. And no, its main topic is not their income, they don't even write about what a successful brand they are. The attention of journalists was attracted by another fact. It turns out that according to their information, the Navi organization was sold. And not just to someone, but to the owner of Vulcan Casino and GGBet bookmaker. The deal itself took place in July of this year. Now it turns out that the owner is not Koanovsky, but Maxim Kripa. And again, according to Forbes, Navi specifically signed a contract with a new title sponsor in 2020, another bookmaker, 1xBet, just to pretend that they have nothing to do with GGBet to deflect the suspicion, so to speak. However, a year later, they returned to the usual title sponsor. In fact, there is a lot of evidence to prove that this may all be quite real. If you're interested, there's more information about it. Just have to click the link under the video. We will not waste our time stopping on that topic for too long. Many of you probably have a question like, and so what now? What difference does it make who owns Navi? Well, according to Forbes, if this all was official, then Navi could be suspended from some major tournaments. They could have been blamed for representing Bookmaker and having direct connections to it. In fact, as for me, I haven't heard about such things. Like, we've got OneWin playing, there are such teams in Dota too, but maybe everything is also cleverly thought through here. I personally have more questions from the very purchase of a machine gun. I think you probably remember, in the match with Furia, Perfecto bought a M249, and it turns out one of the commentators placed a bet that there would be such a purchase. And he placed a bet specifically on GGBet. Everyone thought that this was a very cool advertising move. There were proceedings, and there were attempts to get ESIC involved. I remember there, Thorin and Richard Lewis on Twitter asked for some sanctions against Navi, stating that it was unprofessional. Like, you can't do that at the tier 1 level. One day they might simply get involved in match fixing, and then we all laughed at the thought of it. But now, in fact, it turns out that if the owner of GGBet also owns Navi, then the picture changes a little. There is even an opinion going around the internet that it would be a good idea to conduct a new inspection, taking into account all of the mentioned information, and look at it from a different angle. Then maybe ESIC will do something. Friends, what do you think about this? Does it affect anything at all in your opinion? If not, why wasn't it officially announced? In general, I am waiting for your comments. It will be interesting to read. And then Stewie2K decided to slam his organization. HLTV released a big article about him. The author discussed his downfall. I saw that an article about me was posted on HLTV. Why do people still write about me? Leave me alone. Honestly, I don't give a shit about the composition of evil geniuses in CSGO. Switching to EG was a mistake. Teaming up with a coach I never believed in was also a mistake. It's not a tragedy, it's just a mistake. It's like I knew from the very beginning that everything was going to be very bad. I just had to do it because there were no other options. Why is it so hard for everyone to understand that I don't miss CSGO? I don't want to go back. I'm happy with where I am now. Wow, that's how he started talking now, huh? As soon as he moved to EG, they sort of planned to turn things on the American pro scene and on the whole pro scene even, so to say. Well, looks like it didn't really work out. And now let's talk about the Navi versus Heroic match. It made a lot of noise yesterday, and here's why. During the third map, the Navi players experienced a targeted external attack. On a score of 0-2, the teams played a regular round. Heroic went to a point. Navi in fact had to go for a save, but they were prevented from doing so by technical problems. 3 players were hit by freezing lags. And you know what the strangest thing is? The fact that Heroic went to look for them and killed them, although everyone seemed to understand everything. There, even Blade was heavily arguing with the admins for a long time, probably because of this. Remember other matches with similar technical problems? Teams in such situations were just jumping around the map or going to their base. People would do anything, but it's obvious you just don't go and kill helpless lagging models. And it would be fine if the lag occurred once and was solved in 5 minutes. But no, this happened almost during the whole map, and the breaks took 20 to 30 minutes. They were caught up in the situation when they play around and then wait for half an hour. Well, here's what happened behind the scenes.
Как вы видели, друзья, у нас на стриме сейчас пауза. Произошли лаги у Сани, у Валеры и у Вити. Админы удалились для того, чтобы принять решение, что делать дальше. Мы, конечно, наверное, хотели бы рестарт, но пока непонятно. Ребята все сейчас сидят, обсуждают, а им не дают телефоны, и мы все просто ждем. Не знаю, даже непонятно еще, с чем это точно связано. Но пока так.
After half an hour, seems like all this was fixed, so it seems like they could play again. Of course, I have no idea how one can stay focused and fight to not get off the distance when you don't even have a chance to play without lags. And it took literally 2 rounds, as it all happened again. Moreover, if everything was clear in the round before, then there were lags at the most unfortunate moments. When Simple remained in the 1 versus 2 clutch, Sasha was basically furious, throwing hands in the air, and of course, was quick to harshly express his anger to all admins. ESL decided that it would last for an even longer period, so they didn't even show us the players.
You want us to play every round with every round?
I don't want you to play in this situation. Obviously, it's not players. And I understand that. But we are finding a solution. But what we are not going to do now?
Solution is to play tomorrow from this score at least. Tomorrow, because it's 1 year.
But I mean, you didn't fix it how we can play it. So we still need to stop now. Yes, I understand.
I don't hear your voice, sorry. I don't even know who I talk to. But so what's the solution now? You're searching for the solution?
Yes, we are searching for the solution. We can't easily blockade it, to be honest. We can make various things.
So, okay, so I trust you. The simple thing is, we had a ping running to his PC because we were like, okay, you had 2 times happening now, we just keep the ping running. So it's not that way. The only thing that I have left for you is just literally to pay your SD, your PC, everything. That's my only thought. So you have to be fully reset up, which is shit, I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it's my only guess left for you.
Okay, let's try.
Yes, at this point, other people have already started connecting to the server there. They say that this was a DDoS attack. ESL confirmed it and passed the information to Valve. Simple couldn't stop himself from starting to laugh hysterically when it happened again. It was like they have started playing finally, like everything was fixed. 1 round passed, and everything went back to lags again. The first time the wait was 20 minutes, the second was about 40, the third time the broadcast was cut off for almost an hour. As HLTV wrote later, Simple was given a different computer eventually. Some players relogged into Steam again, everything was restarted basically, and only then they started playing further. I think at this point, everyone already didn't care about the game. Everyone on Twitter wrote how poorly everything was organized, and someone even offered rearranging the match. There, by the way, even Hoofsy appeared in the broadcast to do his best to somehow calm the audience. In general, after 2 hours of waiting, the show went on, but I'm not really ready to take these results as something fair. The teams were terribly exhausted. The players lost focus. It seems to me that such matches should be replayed, at least separately on the 3rd map. And finally, there were no more problems in the match. Navi won without any problems and went further to G2.
Again, if he finishes this on a knife, there's no way he's gonna finish this on a knife. He looked back, Simple still there, Simple sees him, he's just staring, and here we go. To close out the series, Simple with a knife, and it's gonna put them straight through into the next series against G2.
Well, no need for that AK-47 apparently. They get it done. It's been quite the affair here this evening. Once more.
Do you think it's worth replaying the match? Write in the comments. And subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything. Alright guys, goodbye.